Whew, all right, here we are, end of day 3 of Eurobike 2024, the world's biggest cycling trade show here in Frankfurt. And as my social skills are pushed to the limit by somebody who said radar technology is no good, doesn't work, something we've got is much better, and I stood back and went, oh, here we go. All right, mate, let's hear it. I might need to brush up on my interpersonal skills. But anyway, all good. We had a chat to the guy. A little awkward about 5 minutes into the conversation. He realized I was the guy he screenshotted on YouTube the other day to go back and refer to as somebody who looks into radars quite a lot. It was my Trek radar video. Anyhow, awkward moments aside, and there were many today. Day 3 wrap up coming up in this video today. Now, typically on day 3, things are getting a bit boring. Day 1, we usually cover the cool stuff. Day 2 finishes off all the other cool stuff. Day 3 is usually a bit of a, well, what's left over? Surprisingly, things are getting more and more interesting. So I did go over and check out the new classified group set, the 1x16. The sequential stuff's pretty cool. Had a look at a few other group sets. What else did I check out? God, it's getting late. I can't even remember. I can't even talk. I can't even remember what's in this one, but it's been a good day. I'm still energized. After about 5 or 6 coffees. Anyhow, I do appreciate people watching these walkthrough videos. I do feel like they're lacking the technical detail that I can do at home when diving into every one of these products, but that's kind of not what these videos are about. It's more about, hey, look, here's what's on show, here's what products are out there, and maybe in the near future I'll grab a hold of a few of these and do some deep dives. Whew. All right, now I'm gonna crash. Too much excitement for the intro. Let's go. Taking you through what's new, what's interesting, on day 3. Okay, Panaracer, the Gravel King X1. I was keen to check out these in person with a radically new design that hopefully doesn't fling stones like the SKs you're seeing right here and that I have on a set of gravel wheels. So good to see they're making some changes there from Panaracer. Great tyres, but that tread pattern was absolutely horrible. Over to something that somebody on the Escape Collective Discord pointed out. Now, this is a dynamo with a internal battery over here in the light. So a 1200 milliamp hour battery in the light with a pass-through charger for USB. Quite a neat little system. And I'll go down to the dynamo hub right here. And they had probably one of the best tech/nerdy stands here at Eurobike, with all the statistics here coming in real time from the wheel they had spinning, showing the power draw, and an Android phone with an app showing the power draw or the charge that was taking place from the USB pass-through. Anyway, interesting stuff. I'll put links below. No further detail than that, other than I checked it out. SIlca and their all-in-one crockpot solution. This is the first time I've seen it in person. I didn't think it was going to be so small. It's quite a neat solution if you're doing immersive waxing. Might have to add that one to the Christmas shopping lists. Right nearby was stands and their tubeless valves, or the high-flow tubeless valves, which have finally come to market with. Lots and lots of these types of products around, but stands, it's a known brand for sealant, now doing their own. Patent pending, as they all are. And do spare a thought for this poor guy here who grinds through bike locks all day long at Eurobike. With all the safety equipment and breathing equipment, which we all needed because you can really smell this throughout the hall as he's chomping through chains every few hours there, showing us what it's going to take to steal a bike that has one of these locks on it. Shimano showcasing Zwift, like many other stands. Now, Zwift aren't here officially, but there's a lot of Zwift running on all the stations with stationary bikes. Something that Terry from Better Shifting pointed out to me that I should go check out, some hidden shift buttons on these new Pro bars from Shimano. Very cool, very stealthy, very aero, very tucked away. I like it. I really do. They are, yep, completely hidden away, and without them, you can mount some TT bars on the front there, but that's the gap that those fill with those new little sprint shifters on those bars. I like it. While I was at Shimano, spotted another Aussie. Borm, not quite my colour, I do like blue, but good to see an Aussie brand there on the international stage in Frankfurt. Now onto my brief look at something that's been extensively covered everywhere else, and that is the new classified group set created in partnership with TRP, so Tektro, that they call a 1x16 group set. And I'll get into what that means in just a few moments. It's quite interesting. So they've got levers, rear derailleur that is, well, not that pleasing to the eye, and some limit screws there that almost take your eye out. Rear derailleur there, front chain rings, cranks, the whole works to give you a 1x16 group set. The levers themselves were quite comfortable, very Shimano-like, very Di2-esque, but I won't mention the word Shimano again before the patent boys kick in. No hidden buttons that I could find. But what was the experience like, and what was the 1x16 all about? Well, here I am on the Wahoo roller with the demo bike, and I'll put the chain to the small cog on the back, and I'll sequentially change all the way up on the back to the easiest gear. Okay, so we're all the way down here, and I'll go one up in a moment. There, up, up, up. Watch the chain, up, 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 up. And then it went down. But I physically, that's where I clicked and how they've done this.
That feels really weird. We change down, and the chain goes down, but the gearing gets easier. Yes. That's a mental.
Because it switches mode in the classified hub. There's also an override with that, with a virtual front chain ring over there on the left. You've got to try this. If you've seen it at a trade show, try it. Here's a bit more information on the front changing.
Can always override it. So it's kind of, you hit a steep ramp, and instead of like hitting multiple cassette gears to wait for that quantum shift, you can just like push the lever as you would have a manual system.
Okay, that's good. I like it.
So from a technical perspective, I had a massive smile on my face because I've been doing some calculations with this, with the gravel setup that I have, and those overlapping gears.
But that integration works exactly. Thank you.
Look, the smile on my face said it all. Just my brief look and hands-on with this, I was impressed. A new upcoming feature on ROUVY being showcased here at Eurobike was the ability to upload your own filmed rides with associated GPS data, have it processed in the cloud, and then giving users the power to populate things digitally and create their own in-game ride experience. There's a bit of work that will go into making every one of these routes, but handing the tools back to the community. Okay, over to Bryton, who I did forget, or I just didn't pass on day one looking at GPS units and things, here with their range of higher end units, the S500 looking very much like the new Garmin with that top shape. Also the Guardia R300. And this is what's new here, some of the lower end units.
This one support radar, so the lowest the price product support radar.
And what's the price of this one here?
69.
69 US, and this one?
This one is 129.
Okay. Another Aero sensor system I looked at today, body rocket. I had just a quick spin. I only had about 2 minutes as I was passing. But an interesting solution where they've got sensors under the stem, under the seat, and on the pedals, on the crank arms, and separating the rider from the bike. But just another attempt to commercialize Aero sensors and make them easy for once. Over to L-TWOO, another group set. That L-TWOO have been in contact a few times wanting to send a group set, but I need it on a bike, not just a group set, because I'll have to source a frame and get it built, etc. So I'm leaving it to other YouTubers to do the reviews and testing of these group sets. But while they were here, I got some hands-on and had some interesting observations. Now, similar to the Magine system we saw yesterday, the wireless group set, the shifting was good, nice and quick. But let's just have a look at my observations here of their gravel group set. This is the 1x system. Press and hold takes all morning to go up and all afternoon to go down. It's press and hold shifting, so they do need to speed that up. But if you tap it yourself, much faster going up and down. And very snappy. But again, this is in perfect conditions. Nothing's moving here. That front chain ring, the rear cassette, static. But looks interesting. Okay, over to the 2x system for road. And again, giving this, well, a few minutes to change all the way up sequentially. And okay, we're there. Manual clicks are much faster. So their press and hold shifting is very, very slow. That may be configurable in the app. All right, trying to cross-chain the crap out of this. How does it go? Trying to stop the chain, do a Cavendish. No, it all held up fine. Again, bit of an artificial test, of course, given that this is static and not moving around. But, yeah, look, quite impressive. Quite impressive. And they had the rest of the gears there. I think Shimano and SRAM should be taking note, at least. Maybe not worried, just taking note. And it's definitely not a trade show without the flying, spinning shoe. Here it is. I do like that. Another one of these WTFs, and the banana boat, the canoe. Oh, God, I don't know what you'd call this, but it's every bit as big in person as you see on television. And something else with a face only a mother could love, or a nose that no one could love. The new SCICON glasses are here on show, and oh my God, they are ugly. UCI, do your thing. Please, please do your thing. Next up, quick stop by MUC-OFF to see Steve and their high flow valves, and to play a game of roulette, or Wheel of Fortune. Not exactly a prize wheel. I just got him to spin that because I thought it would look pretty cool. There are a number of different options they've come out with for their high flow valves, Presto Schrader, and different lengths. And also their portable washer that runs on a, well, it looks like a Ryobi battery, but it's not. But definitely a portable option there, not requiring mains power. And then their road and gravel specific sealant, which shouldn't be used around panda bears. Oh, and a brand name that did catch my eye, Allpacka. Not really in my wheelhouse, but I definitely had to showcase these guys, given their company name. Okay, so that's a wrap on day 3 here at Eurobike. As I said in the intro, day 3 is usually pretty quiet. I've usually covered everything by now, but there's just so much to see and do. Finishing off with a few happy snaps, me wearing those absolutely stupid glasses, catching up with Kelvin from Park Tool, and also getting my hands on the Zwift COG version 2. Stay tuned soon for a teardown of this hardware. The engineering that's gone into this very small COG is quite good. Everyone who's grabbed one and seen how it works and had one in their hand is quite impressed. So we'll pull it apart, see how it all works. That is unless I get caught in a place like this, and then
they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing.